Hi everyone, I'm Kremlin here for the Techies, and today I'm going to show you how to create your own functions in PHP. So I'm going to demonstrate this by creating a little addition function. It's very simple, but it's definitely a useful thing to do. Alright, so here's my first page. It contains a form which lets me input some grade that I got on a test or something. Then it sends that information to test2.php, which I have right here. Here's where the fun happens. So let's go ahead and extract the information that we put into the previous file. We're going to say we're going to get a post and we're going to extract grade. Then we can echo that by doing echo grade. There we go. Now let's see if this worked. I went ahead and uploaded it to the site. Alright, so say I got a 55 on the test. I didn't study, just did nothing the day before the test, and I got a 55. But say I didn't like this grade. Say I wanted to fudge the results a little bit. We're going to make a function that does just that. So, the first thing we need to do is we need to define our function. So go ahead and type out function, and I'm going to call this function add, because that's what it's going to do. It's going to add to my grade. Then we have parentheses, and inside the parentheses we have some variable. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it input. Now, why do I put this here? Input takes data that I put into the function and it renames it as this variable. So let's go ahead and skip ahead a little bit to clarify this. I'm going to actually utilize this function. So I'm going to put add and then the parentheses around whatever I want this function to execute. Now, you can see that these two parts right here relate to each other. This add function calls this function up right here, and then whatever is in the parentheses is treated as input up here. So let's go ahead and build the rest of our function. I'm going to have curly brackets, and all we want to do with this input is we want to add, 30 points to it. So we're going to put input is equal to input plus 30. And there we go. What we're saying here is we're going to take whatever we put into the function and we're going to add 30 to it. It's pretty straightforward. And we're almost done here, but the very last thing we want to do is write a little return statement. So we're going to do that by doing return and then input. Now, why do we do this? Without this return, all it does is it redefines the input. It doesn't actually send the input back into wherever we called up the function. So this input allows us to actually change what we put into it. So now, if we echo this grade again, let's go ahead and save this to the FTP and test it again. Alright, I got a 55, press submit. I now have an 85, a nice solid B. So, that's pretty much it for functions. This is the bare minimum of what functions can do. And actually, I'm going to show you a little further application of this, because you could do this with just saying echo grade, plus 30 or something. Not exactly like that, but yeah, I could avoid using a function. But the real power of functions is that you can call the same bit of code up all the time. So, say I wanted another thing here, another bit of user input, and we're going to call this average, and I'm going to have this here. Let's make another input, average, and this is also going to be called average, not gaverage. There you go. And just for aesthetics, there you go. Now, what this does is it calls up this same function and it applies it to two variables here. It applies it to the grade and to the average. Now, let's go ahead and echo the average just to see this work on multiple bits of code. Alright, we're going to go back. Let's refresh that. Alright, I have a 55 on the test and I have 65 in the class. And there you go. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but I do have an 85 on the test, and 95 in the class average. So that's pretty much it for functions that I'm going to show you today. But thank you for watching. Please be sure to visit th3techies.com. Goodbye.